Hello people of YouTube, Wayne Hackman here, aka Wagstar. Forgive the wind noise as I open this video, but we've come to a rather special place. Now, you might be mistaken in thinking, by looking at the scenery behind me, well, you've come to the Scottish Highlands or the Lake District, some moorland in Europe. Well, the landscape is very similar, but we're actually in the middle of Kenya, in the heart of East Africa. And we come to the place called the Aberdares, a beautiful range of mountains that hosts a beautiful national park. It's not one of the commonly visited places on the tourist trail. And although you can see elephant and buffalo and maybe even leopard in this park is all about the raw, natural beauty of the waterfalls that you can find within this fantastic place. We come to a place called the Fisherman's Lodge. Actually, there are two lodges here which you can rent out and belong to Kenya Wildlife Services. They're basic, there's no electricity, there is the promise of solar. You heat your water through wood boilers and the water is pumped from the local stream. But they're basic and comfortable enough for you to experience the glory of this national park. Let's have a look around the cottages and then let's see what this fantastic park has to offer. Why don't you come along for the ride? Let me warn you, if you go to these KWS properties, it is remote and basic and there is no cell phone signal. So you won't be able to get the internet and you won't be able to contact the outside world. For some people, that might be the appeal. Both properties are identical. This is house one. They have this lovely veranda that looks over the view where you can barbecue and sit. And then they have this central lounge, dining and fireplace area. And off there is 2 bedrooms, which has a double bed and a single bed. So in theory, you can sleep 3 people in these rooms. Each double room has an ensuite bathroom, and you'll be pleased to know there is porcelain, but the water is heated, so you'll have to request that the fire is lit if you want a hot shower. At the back of the property, there is a box room and a kitchen. Now, I have to stress, as I said, you are in the middle of nowhere, and all of your water is pumped from the stream. So if you are coming from abroad and you're not used to drinking stream water, it is highly recommended that you bring bottled water or you boil the water extensively. There is a small campsite as well, but I stress that this is very basic. There are no amenities, just a place to camp and a place to perhaps cook your food in these sort of 2 tin shacks that you can see. So if you're looking for a luxury break, this is not the place to come. However, if you're looking for adventure, this place is definitely somewhere to come. It isn't full of the normal tourist crowds that perhaps you would get at the Mara or at the beach. And yes, it's a lot colder up here. We're just over 10,000 feet, so you may struggle to get your breath if you're used to ground level oxygen. But you're able to walk in the park with a guide. You're able to go and see, I believe there are about 8 different waterfalls. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they range from sort of 200-300 feet high to 80, 60 feet high. And all of them are set in this glorious heathland. The park does go down a little bit and there is forest where you can see the elephant and the leopard, and we're surrounded by bushbuck that come right up to the house. They're not quite tame enough to eat from your hand, but I wouldn't believe that it would take too much to get them eating out of your own hand. So it is cold at night and you do need a fire. You do need to bring plenty of jumpers, maybe even an extra duvet or 2 when you're sleeping here. But as I keep saying, you don't come here necessarily to see all the great animals, although you can see some of them here. You come to see the raw, unbridled beauty of thundering water. And even the Queen Elizabeth came here. You can look at one of my previous videos about treetops. But there was a cave that we went in. Fabulous cave that was carved out of the rock by the waterfall above it. And in there is a rock. Now, whether it's the rock that Queen Elizabeth used, but apparently she went and she sat there and she looked out through the waterfall into the beautiful Aberdare's heathland. So this is the view that the Queen would have had when sitting on her rock, looking out onto this magnificent waterfall. Indeed, the water is impressive in the Aberdares. Let's take a moment and have a look at a montage of some of the views that you might expect to see when you come to this park. Of the falls right above me, about 100 feet up, is this amazing waterfall. And the Aberdares are famous for its waterfalls. I think there's about 8 to 10 of them in total. This is one of them. Thanks again for sticking with me on this travel review of the Aberdare National Park and the KWS cottages that you can stay in. If you want to stay here yourself, you can go to the KWS website and book directly there, link in the description. And as always, please rate, subscribe, and do all of the things that YouTubers do. And I'll see you in the next video.